Just wait 1 minute, then we'll start our lecture class. First, I am going to introduce Mr. J.K. Arvind sir. Then, sir will enlighten all the students about the future scope of geology and his vast experience in the field of geology and his experience in GSI Training Institute, and he will also motivate you to choose your correct path in your future, not only in geology but also for a better human being. He is also a good motivator among the GSI in the GSI Training Institute.
Okay.
Now students are joining the classes. Just wait 1 minute, then we'll start our lecture class. More than 90 students have joined the classes. So just wait 1 minute. Few students will join. I am very happy that uh, lots of students are joining this special class. In this class, we are not going to study anything. We are not going to teach anything new, but Sir will discuss his life experiences his and give you some motivational talks. So just wait and enjoy the class. Good evening, sir. Am I audible to you, sir? J.K. Arvind, sir.
Yeah, good evening to all, ma. Thank you, Sajid.
Sir, let me introduce Mr. J.K. Arvind, sir is the senior geologist in the Petrology Division, GSI Training Institute. He is specialized in geological mapping, igneous petrology, geochemistry, and mineral exploration, especially graphite elements. He has received many awards. Among them, few awards. He has received gold medal and university rank holders in BSc in Thiruvallur University, certificate of appreciation awarded by Director General GSI, certificate of appreciation 2019 awarded by Additional Director and General HOD ENIA GSI. He has he is working in many projects so some are in geochemistry, rare earth elements, and he's also working in many important fields. He is working in integrated thematic mapping and reconnaissance survey for tungsten, geological mapping, part of Nagaon district in Assam, and he has many publications related to geochemistry and metal amplifier belt and Nellore cyst about Nellore cyst belt. He has vast experience in the GSI and field experience. He is also a good motivator. So now he is going to share some of the important life experiences in his life. So please, sir, now continue the class.
Yeah, thank you very much, ma. Thank you, Satyajit. It's a good to know about you all. Am I audible to Alma? Okay. I think
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
yes. Ma'am. Suppose if any problem, please stop me anywhere. Okay. If you feel any, I mean, anywhere, suppose not audible or not clear, or if you are not able to hear anything, so kindly let me know so that I can rectify that. Okay. First of all, good evening and happy to see you all. Myself, Arvind, I'm working in the GSI. Okay, basically, here actually, what I want to say means, see, I am basically from a village from Tamil Nadu. I belongs to Tamil Nadu, and I started my BSc accidentally. It is not like a planned one. So it was an accidental one. Like I can say, I was choosing for an engineering. In that course, actually, I couldn't able to get back to that engineering course. So for just for filling the time gap, I just joined actually that geology course. But in turn, what happened that made me more interest in my college days, because I studied in a government college where there was no lecturer. Still my final year, entire BSc, I never had any classes for geology, especially. So it was my chemistry faculties, though they motivated me to go for the library. So that is the main thing I can say that one which opened my eyes, which changed my view I can say perception, or many things I can say that. Okay. So regarding this one, I will say I want to say that one Satyajit sir was telling. He was telling about like I was having many awards and all. First of all, I would like to say that one because many people are thinking that I will be like some performer, top performer like that. Nothing like that. Let me admit myself that I was in my class 10. Class 10, I just scored only 40 out of 100 in my science subject. It means one mark less means I could have failed. That is the thing. Okay. So it means was just one mark. Just 40 out of 100 I scored in my class 10. Okay. But you can see that from now I'm a geologist. It means a earth scientist. Okay. So there is a contradiction. Like 10th class में तो just pass हुआ, अभी scientist हो गया. ठीक है. So ये वाला first चीज़ है I want to say. Then second thing is what BSc में gold medal है. Okay, BSc में gold medal है. ठीक है. Because that is actually I will come back to that one. How I got that gold medal and all, I will say that one. And MSc में if you see in my petrology paper, especially MSc में I did my MSc Masters from Pondicherry University. Okay, so Pondicherry University it was like my first classes I will say, especially for the geology subject. It was my first class because in BSc में तो I never had any classes at all. It was our self learning or self study I will say. So MSc में my petrology course, especially petrology paper का if you see, I was just having the grade of D grade. ए बी सी डी होगा, उसमें तो डी ग्रेड ही मुझे मिला था, और नेक्स्ट उसके बाद तो ई होगा और एफ तो फेल है. ठीक है. सो आई वाज जस्ट वी कैन से आउट ऑफ 100 इट वाज ओनली 50. Okay, so this also you can note down how this average or below average person, okay, average or below average person, or we can say that okay person, how how this transformation happened. Okay, how this transformation happened, how it was possible, whether it's it possible. Okay, if you ask means yes, it was possible. I will say from my own, my life only. My life is the example. I will say, my experience. At least I want to share it. Okay, so it was like after class 10, I struggled a lot for a school next to school admission, के लिए, especially for a plus 1 plus 2. That may be to study well, especially in the plus 1 plus 2. Okay, so plus 1 plus 2 में science में I scored at least in the chemistry में I was in centum, and mathematics में I scored a centum in the class 11 में. Again, that gave me that that one overconfidence I will say. Okay, like West Indians in the 1983, they had the overconfidence. That's why they lost to India, isn't it? The same way, the plus 1 I was having that like a 200 out of 200. Why the 200 came means because I couldn't able to score anything, and I was denied admission in many schools for plus 1 admission. Okay, that made me to study harder. But after scoring 200 in class 11, again I scored less in the class 4. Then where I couldn't able to like I scored only 77% in my class 12. That is in, we can say inter me. So it means what it is not as good and it is not as so bad. So finally, what happened? I resulted in landing at a government college. Government college, I started. So there I chosen instead of I mean like I was half-heartedly I joined the geology course. After that, what happened? It is like say it was half-hearted only. Okay, after first year I will do improvement and I will go for an engineering course. That is the plan initially I had, but it was my chemistry faculties. They changed my perception. I mean, they introduced me to go for library, and in that library, that geology books, which fascinated me towards learning. I will say, okay. One good thing I was having, what that means, I used to be a reader. Okay, it is not a subject books, but at least any books means I used to read actually. That habit pushed me to go to library, and the motivation which I received from the chemistry faculties, which made me to visit the libraries frequently and regularly. Okay, and the way they were telling actually how to go, how to read, how to collect the books and all. So this is the thing actually what which turned, made me to make me a transformation, we can say. Okay, so it was my first, first year. When I was studying first year, I was having two papers, that is structural and physical geology. So there, just it started. It started actually. My interest towards the geology started actually. I will say that. Okay, so we used to go by the friends who were with us. Actually, they used to. When we used to talk among ourselves and we will discuss what is this one, what is this one, what is mountain, what is fault, what is fold, fold how kaise hoga, fault kaise hoga. Everything actually we used to study in ourselves. Okay, so this was our journey started. That I will say. So it was like a hard work because it was our do or die situation. And in our days, I can say that when 2004 to 7. So that is the thing. I mean, time I completed. I mean, I was doing my BSc. So there was no internet, nothing like that. Actually, no laptop, no smartphones, nothing. Even not even a phone. Not even a phone, I will say. Okay. So it is the time. So it was only the library and the books, I will say. It was the library and the books which transformed me. I will say which transformed me from we can say from the ordinary person to, I won't say extraordinary. At least I was away from that ordinary cadre. That I will say that. Okay, which made me that one. And again, at the end of final year, so I used to go to all the universities wherever the classes are there. I used to go and request actually without any hesitation, and I never felt any shame at all. I will say that because as I am from village, I never felt ashamed at all. Okay, I used to go to the any university. Like I used to visit Pondicherry University, then Madras University, then Presidency. So in that scenario, one time I met Professor uh, J. Lawrence actually. Okay, JFL sir, they will say. Now he's retired. Okay, now he is retired. He is basically a hydrogeologist person. So when I met him, I was asking him, sir, I want to become a geologist. So what is the procedure? What I have to do? So that time I was finally in BSc. Just I was asking. So by seeing my interest and all, he was asking me, okay, what are the subjects you know like that? So I was telling just these the subjects, and he was asking me what are the books you are referring. So that time when I said about the Bateman book, sir, economic geologically, though, me Bateman book abhi refer kar rahe, like that. And petrologically, he was asking, sir, I was referring Phil Potts. So he was just shocked actually. So why? I mean, how you came to know about this book, sir? No, sir, I visited Pondicherry University. There, too, I saw their syllabus. So in that syllabus, in the niche after that, bottom of the part of the syllabus, they mentioned about the references book. So when I came across these reference books and all, so I took Xerox of this one, and in our library these books are available. So I am referring this one, sir. So he got, surprised, and he advised me only thing. Advised, not suggested. He advised me, Arvind, if you want good marks, so don't apply for a Madras University or a presidency. You just apply for the IITs and the central universities. That is the Pondicherry and Delhi University. He was advising me. So that you will be getting a good knowledge and you will become immediately the geologist soon after your MSc. So this was the advice he gave. And I will say in the village type me, they will say one is the knowledge we will acquire by someone, I mean from some other mouth, or by self we will acquire the knowledge. So I have this qualities. I used to have, as I'm in the village, I used to follow religiously their advices. So I applied for a IIT, that is for the JAM. Okay, then I applied for ISM because that time the ISM was separate exam. Then I applied for Pondicherry and the Delhi University. So these were the four universities I had. I mean, four institutes I had applied for. So first result came for ISM, which I was failed. I mean, I couldn't able to qualify that one. And IIT JAM, my rank was what? It was 54. but that time the seats, total seats were only 52. So it was only three IITs it was there. IIT Roorkee, IIT Kharagpur, and IIT Bombay. Okay, so I couldn't able to secure any admission. So now only two other options are there. One is Pondicherry and Delhi Unistica. So Delhi Unistica challenge is what center we have to go there. Not like nowadays. So we are having everywhere actually. But those days and all we have to go there. Pondicherry के लिए तो Pondicherry जाना है और Delhi Unistica के लिए तो Delhi जाना है. So that was the situation that time 2007. So I went to Delhi and I secured a fourth rank. Fourth rank I secured. By the time Pondicherry का भी result आ गया, seventh rank आ गया. Okay, now I was in confusion. So before this one, I was that 1 week when before writing the Delhi University exam, I was in a full of confusion whether I will be securing admission or not because I didn't apply for any of the universities. And those days, me to Anna University and even nowadays also that Anna University date and Pondicherry University date always it will clash. Okay, it means I couldn't able to appear. I can appear either for one thing, but I was so much confident that. And another thing, I was desiring. I was having fire desire. Okay, strong desire towards to join only in the central institutes. So that is the thing. Okay, so which made me that at least it qualified in the both the things. Then obviously it is my hometown, so I came back to the Pondicherry University and joined there. There also I secured, but I came here. But soon after coming here, it was a big shock for me. It was a funny things. I will say many funny things happened even during the embassies also, because though I studied English medium in school days, but I never exposed to speak in English as well as hearing in English. Classes will be mostly in mother tongue, that is in Tamil. Okay, so the first time I was hearing all the classes in the Pondicherry University, which was in English. And that too, the many of the professors, okay, though they are actually from, so like a few are from Tamil Nadu, and one is from Odisha, one is from West Bengal, like that, a combination of that. I was having a difficulty in getting back that lecture classes. Okay, so like I will say one funny thing. I will say structural geology was in the first semester. My professor, he's from West Bengal, so he used to, say jet fold. I was not aware that in West Bengal and Odisha they will pronounce that Z as a jet. Okay, so I used to write in my all class notes me JET like that, jet fold like that. But he was telling about jet. Okay, I mean jet is that word vocabulary, that word he is using is what it is that. But I was thinking that as a jet fold. At the semester end only, I corrected this one. Okay, same thing. The first semester mineralogy I did well. Then second petrology when it came, we can say petrology paper second semester when it came. So I couldn't able to follow anything, and we used to study many things because there so it is applied geology, but I couldn't able to follow. After the exams only, I used to come to know that one. Okay, this is the question. This is the answer they are asking. But we will be studying all the phase diagram, but क्या होगा उधर क्वेश्चन पेपर में क्या होगा फेज डायग्राम भी दे देगा आधा पेपर का क्वेश्चन होगा हमको लिखना है कितने एक ही लाइन में लिखना है मतलब व्हाट इज द कंपोजिशन इधर होगा और क्या कंपोजिशन आएगा इसमें क्या टेक्सचर आएगा एक ही लाइन में आंसर लिखना है क्वेश्चन तो आधा पेज का होगा सो उसके बाद ही हम लोग का पता चला मुझे पता चला था ठीक है यही क्वेश्चन पैटर्न तो अलग है बट हियर वन थिंग आई वांट टू से हियर मींस after the exam only many things I started learning. So that is why I am petrologist here today. Okay, I used to say even in the GSA training institute I used to say to the trainee officer that see even never bother about where you are there, what you are there. These marks are just numbers. Okay, even age also I will say it is a number. Okay, and failures are just an experience. Always try to make that failures as an opportunity to learn actually. Okay, so failure is not the end point. I will say that one. Okay, this I will say from my experience. I will say that one. Many regards me, I will be keep on saying that one. Failure is the we can say the best example. I will say that one. Okay, I never regretted for we can say scored less or I couldn't able to I could say that shine in that subject me like that. But the only thing what I was having means consistency and perseverance. Even after the exam, I used to learn. Even after the exam, I used to learn for that paper. I never gone back or I never regretted that one. Only thing I was having means what without stopping. Consistently without having any full stop. That one I used to keep on learning about the things which I was not knowing yesterday. Today I should be knowing. So that is the only thing I was keeping in mind till now. Till today I was following this one. Okay, now coming back to this one. At the final year actually. So in our classmate MSc only 15 people were there. So 4 people we appeared for a GSI. So I was qualified for that interview. Okay, when we qualified for the interview, so again interview me so we appeared. Interview me so it was only for me so it is only 60 marks out of 200. Okay, so it was my written which helped me a lot. So how that written helped me means because I used to take my own notes and I used to follow my professors regularly and consistently. Even after my exams, even if I fail or even if I score less, that one I used to rectify that one even after the exam. So that is the only secret I had actually. I will say that one. Okay, that is the secret of my thing because I used to learn consistently even after the exam, even if I am not performing that one. I used to consistently, try for that one. Strive for a learning. Strive. I will try for a learning that thing which I missed in that examination. Okay. Now, coming to the GSI, I secured a 186th rank out of 210. 210 recommended candidates may my rank was only 186. It means what at the again I will say that at the last May I came actually. Again, so after joining, so it was say after OCG also they used to conduct examination here. Once you join GSI, so they will be conducting an examination here. Okay, so in this examination though, so from 186 to I came back to 72 again. So they will be assigning the third test. That time though it was what means 2011 May. So we have to give presentation come project work. So in that one presentation, I came for a top five my eye. So from that day onwards, I never compromised for my quality. So that is the last thing I came back. We can say I will say that one. So till date, my progress is going there like it is going ahead. I will say that one. So like suppose someone says means you don't know this means I will be next day I will be learning that one and I will show. Yes I learned and I improved myself and my progress is this like that. This is the thing. Okay. So now coming back now. So what are the things we have to do for examinations? Always you remember this one. The reading is the only way that we can shine. Why means the more we read, we are going to get the comprehension. That is what the present generation I will say. I can challenge also. The present generation what they are lacking means what the reading by reading through the books, reading through the books and taking the pen actually because we are so much we can say we are so much comfortable in typing like our fingers are very much like we can say proficient or we can say the talent or specialist in the typing the like the keypads. Okay, but we are hesitating to write actually. That is the thing we couldn't able to pen down our thoughts or we can say the geological things whenever it is coming in form of writing in the examination. So that is a one drawback I felt actually because nowadays even I used to teach even physically also in nearby colleges and all I used to visit. Okay, so what is lacking? What is the thing it is lacking means if you see even old professors, if you say now present one like who are 60 plus and all, if you see they used to see the books physically and they used to read the book physically and they used to feel the that letters by through their eyes actually. Okay, so that is the thing actually we should not miss actually that feel we should have. Okay, like unless you see the book, unless we read actually that feel we will not get. Okay, now plus point I will say the technology we are having. Say some people we will not be having the access to library or access to book. Okay, here way forward is there. At least we can convert our technology. That is the thing by turning off all the notifications and we have to read the book. Okay, reading me matlab we should not have any like a disturbances at all. So in nowadays means library means it is actually only for the like reading. It means no mobiles, no sounds. There, so the board will be there. Silence, please. That's all. So it means what? Silence. Why they kept means so that our full focus, full attention will be on reading, so that we will grasp whatever we are reading, and nothing will go in mind actually. What WhatsApp आएगा, वो reply दे देगा क्या? हम लोग तो एक जवाब पूछा है, उसका reply आएगा क्या? क्या notification आया? क्या sound आया? क्या pop-up आया? कौन message किया? So किसके लिए message किया? So like that and all nowadays we are having so much of social distractions. So for avoiding these things, actually, you have to make these things actually. So we should have that self discipline. So that is most important. The self discipline is the most important thing and the key for our success. I will say that one. Okay. So always remember that see, unless we read this one, that comprehension will not come at all. Okay, reading will be like we can say many ways. Maybe we can read actually. Okay, many ways in the sense means like we can say we can read through the books. We can read through the experiences of the seniors. We can read through the like elders. We can read through like by seeing others. Okay, others failure. We can read a lot. And always remember, geology is not only the book we have to read. Even we have to read even the motivational books also. Like we can say, the 5 a.m. club will tell about what is the quality, what is the positive things about waking at the early morning. Okay, so even say Hindu mythology, it will be telling like about like we can say like what it is saying means like Brahma Muhurta they will say. Okay, if you talk in like Indian traditional language if you say, they will call that is the time for wisdom. That is the time for wisdom, they will say. Time for wisdom means in medical language they will say the 3 to 5. 3 to 5 is a time for the lungs ka function. Lungs means what? Lungs need a good amount of fresh oxygen it need. So 3 to 5 the ozone layer will be at the bottom. So when you wake up and whatever you are reading and whatever you are just preferring, that is the thing you are going to achieve, we can say. Okay, so that is the ascesis. Ascesis we have to prepare. Ascesis. So you have to think. In many words. By reading, we can improve our vocabulary. Also, we can get good things. Ascesis. So I will type in the chat box memo. This is the word you should. We have to think actually. Okay, ascesis. Ascesis means what? It is nothing but it is a mental discipline. That is the key for our success. Mental discipline was yes, this is the time for my studies. ये टाइम में तो मैं पढ़ेंगे, ये टाइम में तो मैं किताब लिखेंगे, ये टाइम में तो मैं कभी भी मैं देखते रहेंगे. So this is the thing, only thing I want to study. So ये वाला तो हम लोग फॉलो करने हैं. As is most important, that is what nothing but it is a mental discipline. Mind में तो हम लोग का first discipline होना चाहिए. ये mind में discipline आएंगे तो पक्का definitely we will be like we can say we can achieve whatever we want. Okay, and you will be knowing about the power of subconscious mind, isn't it? So subconscious means nothing but it is like we can say Hindi mein I am not that much comfortable ma. It is like we can say that is the place that is the we can say the invisible part of our soul, which will make our things which will make our things which will make our dreams to fulfill, actually we can say. Okay, so that is the thing we can say. The subconscious mind we have to feed that yes, I want to become a geologist, I want to become a good professional person, I want to become like a good geology professional. Either we can say academic side में, academic front में भी हम लोग perform करने, और we have to perform in this things actually. Okay, so मान लो आप लोग अभी academic में teacher होना चाहिए, मतलब से क्या आप लोग teach करेगा, कैसे आप लोग teach करेगा. So how do you teach, how do you reach them to like understand actually. So like we have to become like a perfect, whatever that one you have to become perfect actually. Okay, you have to you have to become perfectly in that regard actually. So how do you become perfect means in the sense means like we can say by making this ascesis. That is what you have to have that asceticism, physical asceticism as well as the mental asceticism हम लोग को तो होना चाहिए. So without these things we can't able to like we can say shine in any field, we can say that one. Okay, and always you can ask actually, sir, is it possible, ये तो होगा क्या, ये तो possible है क्या? Yes, it is possible. See, the person who is from the village, okay, who was not knowing any English, okay, who was not good in subjects in his school days, okay, how he is like we can say become a scientist means. So when that person is able to achieve means definitely आप लोग तो आजकल you are having a good we can say like a good knowledge comparing to the older generation like us, we can say. Okay, definitely you can achieve. Only thing what you should have means that consistency you have to develop, that discipline you have to develop. Discipline in the means not like folding your hands, yes sir, good morning sir, not like that. It is like a following, like we can say following means that professional things you have to follow, and the discipline you have to follow. That is the thing you have to maintain that. Once you have the discipline, once you have that consistency, once you have that we can say like that perseverance, definitely you can achieve whatever you want. Okay, so now petrology. So if you say that is the thing I want to convey that one, next class may suppose if time permits and if you are interested means we can see what is the significance of petrology. So how we can see, I prepared one small PPT. If you are all okay means shall we go with the presentation more? Before going to presentation, we will have this chat box. I will answer all you. Just it will be like 20 minutes ka PPT. But before that one, if you want to ask anything in the thing, you can ask more. Like possibilities, मुझे हो सकता है क्या? Like anything. If you are having any hiccups, if you are having, you are feel free to ask me. आप लोग पूछ सकेगा कुछ, आप लोग का कुछ like hiccup से, कुछ hesitation से, how to overcome, कोई भी आप लोग का कुछ मेमोराइज करने के लिए इशू है और अंडरस्टैंड करने के लिए इश्यूज है. सो कैसे ओवरकम करना है, कैसे पढ़ना है, कौन सा टाइम में पढ़ना है.
Sir, someone is asking.
Sir, we all would be glad to know what was your mindset while you were pursuing your BSc career and what is your mindset now. Yes, sir. See, it was in the first year, first semester May. I never had that I will be completing, because my mindset was what I will be just passing my time. Okay, and I will be writing my improvement exam because I was taking classes. Okay, I mean classes means like a junior loka. Kaise abhi Paramanand sir or Satyajit sir, they are taking classes and they are studying for their own. Okay, same way I was taking classes for 12th student. So by that way, I will be writing an improvement exam so that I will perform again in the inter May. Again, I will go for the engineering. That is the thing I was having. But soon after I scored well in my chemistry as well as my geology. My teachers advised me, don't leave this geology. This is geology is a good one. You can study. That is the thing they said. And for your kind information, I was the first one and who entered Pondicherry University from my college, and I was the first one who entered a GSA for the first time. I will say. Okay, and after that, my juniors immediately two people came in the GSA. After that, nobody came from that college. Okay, any other thing? Now the mindset is what at least I will always present mindset is what I want to become a good geologist. I want to become a good geologist. That is the thing. My present mindset. I mean, next day I want to improve myself. So today is this is the best means. So tomorrow I want even more. That is the mindset I'm at. Okay, ma'am. So if anybody is not having it, we can go back. I mean, we can go directly to the presentation. Paramanand,
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
स्क्रीन ऑलरेडी शेयर है, आप सिर्फ PDF ऑन कीजिए, हो जाएगा.
मेरा स्क्रीन शेयर है क्या?
सर ऑलरेडी शेयर है. हाँ.
I want. Is it PPT is visible for all?
सबको दिख रहा है ना? ये स्क्रीन शेयर नहीं है.
नहीं हुआ. Because PPT तो मैं आप लोग का नहीं है ना.
सर PPT ऑन कीजिए, वो ऑलरेडी स्क्रीन शेयर है.
नहीं, आपका स्क्रीन शेयर हुआ वहाँ.
ओ आपका, हाँ आपका शेयर कर दीजिए सर.
अभी आप I mean you have to stop presenting ma. ऊपर में stop presenting क्लिक कर लो.
ओके.
मैं अभी शेयर कर देंगे.
ओके.
मैं मुझे थिंग नहीं किया मैम, मुझे तो नहीं दिया.
स्क्रीन शेयर नहीं दिख रहा है सर.
अभी दिखे ना मैम?
हाँ सर दिख रहा है अभी.
ओके. Okay, petrology का आप लोग देखने से why I want to share this history of the petrology means if you see, the petrology is not the new thing. Okay, so even during our ancient civilizations also they had this petrology. Okay, like Egyptians, Greeks, Romans, these people utilized these rocks for construction purpose, sculpture purpose, even jewelry. So without having any knowledge in this one, okay, this mineral is good for jewelries, this mineral is good for sculptures, I mean making like scribblings in the rock, we can say, or this rock is good for construction. Without knowing that characters, I mean we can't able to say that one. So they were having the ancient civilized people like Egyptians, Greeks, Romans and all. So even from that time we are having this, we can say this petrology course. So it was in the 18th century, we can say. It was like a Werner, James Hutton and Gorgias Agricola. So these people were the pioneers in agriculture. I mean, we can say that petrology, we can say. Okay. And when this petrology got like become fascinating science, I mean, interesting science means in the 19th century, after the discovery of a microscope by Richthofen. Richthofen was the first person who was using the microscope for studying we can say rocks, we can say. So that time onwards, the petrology became the fascinating science. It means what a sab log ka attractive wala ho gaya, ye wala. Okay. So this was the first thing. We can say that one, we can say during this 19th century, it happened. Now 20th century, what is the thing means we can say it is like that new emergence of this new instruments which made these things actually like petrology more fascinating, even more fascinating, we can say. Okay, so what the 20th century we are having by the discovery of X or D, or we can say the geochemical analysis, that whole rock chemical analysis, we can say by just powdering the rock samples, or by studying the samples under the thin section under the X-rays में, that is EPMA का, SEM का, or we can say even using the laser light under the things we are studying, like in many ways we are studying. Okay, it means what we are studying the same rock. Okay, like in many ways we are studying. Okay, so many ways we are studying this rocks, like we can say like a bulk rock. By just powdering this bulk rock, we are studying this rock samples. That is, we will be getting the chemical data like in form of oxide, in form of oxides and trace elements. We are studying this rocks का, ठीक है. ये वाला एक मेथड है. और एक मेथड है क्या है, हम लोग रॉक के लिए थिन सेक्शन बनाते हैं, ठीक है. थिन सेक्शन बना के उसका माइक्रोस्कोप का अंडर में हम लोग पढ़ते हैं, ठीक है. और एक चीज क्या है, हैंड स्पेसिमेन का लेंस का अंडर में, लाइक विद द हेल्प ऑफ अ हैंड लेंस यू विल स्टडी दिस रॉक सैंपल्स अंडर द लेंस में, मैग्निफिकेशन लेंस यूज करके हम लोग पढ़ते हैं, ठीक है. थिन सेक्शन में हम लोग क्या क्या पढ़ते हैं, सो लाइक थिन सेक्शन में लाइक वी विल बी स्टडीइंग द प्रॉपर्टीज वो चीज वगैरह we will be studying under these things. Okay, so the same thin section का हम लोग क्या करेंगे, EPMA में just using that electron beams है हम लोग use करके, so we will be just studying है ये point में क्या क्या होएगा, क्या क्या आएगा, so like that we will be studying all these things. Okay, so if you see this one, so here हम लोग देखने से what means we can say here petrology में, if you see whatever that one, they are going to study only these things. Rock means आप लोग को पता है, like we can say it is nothing but aggregate of minerals. So minerals means what, it is an aggregate of हम लोग का ये elements होगा. Elements means it is nothing but aggregate of हम लोग का ये होगा क्या, it is nothing but हम लोग का ये होगा, ठीक है. rock है, okay, it is a rock, it is composed of it is a minerals. Okay, it is a minerals, it will be there, and these minerals are in turn it is just nothing but it is made up of elements है. So ये हम लोग का पता है, it is like we can say our body is made up of organs are made up of tissues are made up of we can say it is cells are made up of, we can say it is keep on, we can say subcellular or like that we can say. Okay, so like that same way rocks, minerals, elements, like that we can keep on saying that. Okay, अभी now the research level gone up to we can say the subatomic level तक अभी चल गया, ठीक है. सब एटॉमिक लेवल तक हम लोग अभी स्टडी कर सकेगा. ओके, स्टडी कर सकेगा मींस व्हाट, दैट इज द थिंग आई कैन से, दैट इज द थिंग वी कैन से इट इज LASFMS, इट विल गो इवन अप टू सब एटॉमिक लेवल तक हो जाता है. इट मींस व्हाट, इवन दे विल एनालाइज इवन इफ इट इज इन द PPM PPB होने से भी. ओके, इवन इफ दे आर इन द ट्रेसेस, ओके, इवन इफ दे आर इन द ट्रेसेस में we can easily understand this things we can say. Okay, even if they are in the trace quantities, we can understand this thing. So that is the advancements now we are having. Now what we are lacking, so advancement तो ठीक है, so एक साइड में तो हम लोग का advancements हो रहा है, एक साइड तो टेक्नोलॉजी इंप्रूव हो रहा है, but another side में parallelly what is another thing what is happening is because GSC में तो हम लोग अभी ट्रेनिंग इंस्टीट्यूट में इसलिए देख रहे हैं. So what means even the universities also, I will say that one. Okay, the quality which now it is going down. Okay, going down means what, we are unable to identify the rocks as well as the minerals even physically as well as optically. Okay, physically भी हम लोग नहीं दे, I mean identify कर, I mean we are unable to do identify that one. Even physically as well as even optically we couldn't be able to identify that one. Okay, we are relying completely on the machine. ठीक है, machine में ये डाल देंगे, वो machine जो देगा वो हम लिख देंगे, ऐसा हम लोग सोच रहे हैं. लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल XRD विल गिव द डीजल पैरामीटर्स. XRD में तो वो मेजर करेगा क्या है, वो ए एक्सिस और बी एक्सिस का एंगल और ए एक्सिस सी एक्सिस का एंगल और बी एक्सिस सी एक्सिस का एंगल, वो एंगल वजह से हम लोग क्रिस्टल सिस्टम पता चलेगा, वो क्रिस्टल सिस्टम में डीजल पैरामीटर्स वो आ जाएगा, वो वाला मैच करके हम लोग मिनरल नेम आएगा, वो पूरा मिशन दे देगा. लेकिन खुद हम लोग कुछ भी आइडेंटिफाई कर पाए करने, आई मीन वी आर नॉट एबल टू आइडेंटिफाई दैट. What is that one means what, our knowledge base was very very poor. It means what, our comprehension, हमारा comprehension is becoming very very poor. Why? किसी वजह से हो रहा है, मतलब because we are relying blindly on the notes of we can say कुछ कोई notes बोलेगा हम लिखेंगे. So इधर क्या हो रहा है, मतलब see we are unable to read actually, we are not at all reading the books actually. क्या है, कैसे वो लोग, like for example आप लोग magnetate बोलने से, ठीक है, magnetate कैसे दिखेगा, unless you touch and feel. मैग्नेटेट का टच करने से, फील नहीं करने से we can't able to understand the physical properties of the magnetate. ओके, उसका स्पेसिफिसिटी है कि नहीं, उसका स्ट्रिक प्लेट में स्क्रैच करके देखने से हम लोग को स्ट्रिक मिलेगा, उसका अनलेस वी सी थ्रू आवर आईज we can't able to feel that color whether it is a earthy lecture or metallic lecture. So unless we feel means what, a feeling means अभी देखने से होगा, देखने से हम लोग का फील क्या होगा, सीइंग, वो वाला फील होगा। टच करने से वो टच का सेंस है वो फील हो जाएगा। ठीक है, स्मेल, कुछ कुछ मिनरल्स हो, सल्फेट मिनरल्स तो वो सल्फेट का स्मेल आता है। ठीक है, ऐसा वाला लाइक मेनी थिंग्स है, वी हैव टू फील एक्चुअली, वो वाला फील we are lacking nowadays actually. ठीक है, so that is the thing we are missing, that is one thing I will say. Second thing, knowledge base का poor किसी वजह से, मतलब we are not reading, I say that one, isn't it? So reading मतलब, say for example twinning, twinning मतलब क्या है? So we will be blindly reading petrogenesis मतलब lamellar twinning है, microcline मतलब cross hatchet twinning है। ठीक है, so इसमें microcline का cross hatchet twinning किसी वजह से आ रहा है, so वो वाला चीज हम लोग को पूछना है। ठीक है, माइक्रोक्लीनिंग में आई मीन क्रॉस हैच मींस व्हाट ना, आप लोग को डिफाइन करने हैं क्रॉस हैच मतलब क्या है। सो दो डायरेक्शन में वो मीन वो मिनरल तो ग्रो होता है। ठीक है, एक लाइक एक डायरेक्शन में और उसका परपेंडिकुलर डायरेक्शन में, इट मींस व्हाट, परपेंडिकुलरली इट विल ग्रो इन टू डायरेक्शन में वो ग्रो होता है, किसी वजह से वो ग्रो होता है। सो किसके लिए ग्रो होते हैं, कौन सा कंडीशन में ग्रो होते हैं, वो पूरा हम लोग का पता चले। सर आप लोग, सर इधर तो हम लोग का क्रिस्टलोग्राफी का अप्लाई करने हैं। सो मतलब क्या है, माइक्रोक्लाइन का क्रिस्टल सिस्टम क्या है, ट्राई क्लिनिक है। तो ट्राई क्लीनिंग मतलब क्या है, टेम्परेचर में कंपेयर करने से इट विल बी हैविंग अ हाई टेम्परेचर। हम लोग हाई से हाई टेम्परेचर कैसे बोल रहे हैं, बिकॉज इट इज हैविंग द लोअर मोस्ट सिमेट्री। हम लोग क्रिस्टलोग्राफी में देखने से, सो आइसोमेट्रिक दैट इज अ लोएस्ट टेम्परेचर, ओके, और वी कैन से हाईएस्ट सिमेट्री, lowest temperature highest symmetry. So higher the symmetry we can say, higher the symmetry means temperature will be low होगा, lower the symmetry मतलब high temperature होगा। ये लॉजिक इधर अप्लाई करें, कितना लोग हम लोग अप्लाई कर रहे हैं पढ़ने के टाइम, बिल्कुल नहीं है। So that is why we are unable to apply many things, we are missing many things। ये कैसे, मतलब कैसे कंपेयर करेंगे ना। so अभी एक आदमी +2 के बाद वो जाके एमबीबीएस कर रहे हैं, ठीक है, पैसा देके और कुछ ऐसा करके एमबीबीएस पास हो रहे हैं, और एमबीबीएस भी ऐसे ऐसे जाके आ गया। ठीक है, उसके बाद वो प्रैक्टिस ही नहीं कर रहे, बट पेशेंट्स का कैसे ट्रीट कर रहे हैं, मतलब ना। सो कैसे, मतलब आजकल हम लोग देख सकेगा, ये डॉक्टर प्रिस्क्राइब करके देगा, ये टैबलेट खा के देख लो, ठीक नहीं तो कल आ जाइए, मैं दूसरा टैबलेट दे देंगे। ठीक है, ऐसे ही था हम लोग, ठीक है, ये मेंटल है क्या, नहीं है ना, ठीक है, दूसरा मेंटल होगा, दूसरा मेंटल होगा, ऐसे ही था हम लोग। सी, आइडेंटिफाइंग द मेंटल नेम इज व्हाट, आइडेंटिफाइंग द डिसीज लाइक अ डॉक्टर। So here we are wrong doctors actually. We should know to identify the rightly. I mean we have to diagnose and we have to confirm यही मेंटल होगा, ये प्रॉपर्टीज है, सो इसी वजह से हम लोग ये मेंटल हम बोल सकेंगे। ऐसा कंफर्म करने के लिए लाइक कॉन्फिडेंस आजकल सो क्यों, मतलब बिकॉज अवर कॉम्प्रिहेंशन लेवल, ये थिंग्स सो इट इज गोइंग डाउन। इफ यू सी पुराना टाइम में उन लोग का इतना लाइक वी कैन सी ओल्ड वर्किंग्स बोलते हैं, लाइक मेनी विदाउट एनी टेक्नोलॉजी many people were actually what they were actually, I mean enjoy, I mean they were discovering many things. But even with nowadays we are having a good amount of technology, okay, software है, system है, वो है, ये है, but discovery देखने से, mental deposit का discovery देखने से बिल्कुल नहीं है। गोल्ड डिपॉजिट हम लोग लास्ट कब डिस्कवर किया था, 1996 में जोरनगरी का डिस्कवर किया था, वही लास्ट है। उसके बाद हम लोग का डिस्कवरी बिल्कुल नहीं है इंडिया में गोल्ड के लिए देखने से। ठीक है, सो लाइक वी कैन से 1990s का पहले
Sir, someone is asking question.
Yes, बोलिए माँ।
Message box, in message box.
Just a minute. हाँ ठीक है मैं, सर हायर द टेम्परेचर लोअर द सिमेट्री। यस माँ, आप लोग कंपेयर करना है माँ, आप लोग देखने से सिंपल माँ। So what is going to happen? Symmetry, this is having a strong connection with the temperature. Okay, and the symmetry, it is having this one. So you can compare this also. Okay, always remember ट्राइक्लिनिक सिस्टम सर, ट्राइक्लिनिक मिनरल आप लोग माइक्रोक्लाइन का और आर्थोक्लेस का आप लोग कंपेयर कर सकेगा। आर्थोक्लेस का क्रिस्टल सिस्टम आएगा, मोनोक्लिनिक में आएगा। आप लोग का ये वाला क्या माइक्रोक्लाइन आएगा, इट विल बी इन द ट्राइक्लिनिक सिस्टम में आएगा। ठीक है, so if you see the temperature in generally, so microcline will be slightly at the higher side, okay, slightly at the higher side, whereas your orthoclase will be at the slightly at the lower side में आएगा। See for example granites, charnacates में you can expect a microcline over your orthoclase। Okay, so that is the thing। so here also you can see, so here temperature of formation of these minerals, they are actually, they are also, I mean you can see these things are like we can say this other side में। Okay, so here always these things we have to apply ma. So higher temperature means what I would say means, but orthoclase ka have high temperature, किधर ma orthoclase का temperature आप लोग बोल रहे हैं ma? Can you define the temperature like इतना डिग्री का? Can you able to Maheshwar Mahalik? then we can't able to say common mark. But this one though, I know that one very confidently we can say microcline and orthoclase. If you say that one, we can say that one. This one is okay. One thing I will say, rock name से मैं बता देंगे. आप लोग का pegmatites आप लोग का पता है, ठीक है? Pegmatites and granites and this thing पता है आप लोग का, ठीक है? Sanidin I am not talking about. Sanidin तो it is a volcanic rock. हम लोग उसका बात ही नहीं कर रहे, ठीक है? Sanidin I am not talking. At least microcline and इसी का बारे में हम लोग बात करेंगे, ठीक है? Sanidin this things हम लोग देखने से, so it is like a orthoclase will be like a, we can say Sanidin तो आप लोग का volcanic rocks में मिल जाएगा, इसमें नहीं है. Volcanic rocks में सबसे low temperature में आएगा. So here we will discuss about that symmetry and all. Okay, symmetry के बारे में हम लोग. So triclinic and monoclinic देखने से, your triclinic minerals generally they will be having the higher temperature one. Why means their order of symmetry is actually what? It is very very low. It means what? That is the mineral which is having the lowest symmetry. It means what? They will grow very rapidly and they will not be having enough time to actually that one. So that is the thing actually what immediately they will crystallize actually. That is why they are developing that two sets of twinning, we can say two directions में वो twinning जल्दी से form हो रहे हैं. Whereas आप लोग का orthoclase में तो वो टाइम तो आराम से होगा और सिमेट्री भी अच्छा है, लाइक मोनोक्लिनिक का सिमेट्री है. मोनोक्लिनिक मींस व्हाट? कंपेयरिंग टू योर ट्राइक्लिनिक के लिए, सो इसका तो सिमेट्री थोड़ा अच्छा है, ठीक है? सिमेट्री अच्छा है मतलब क्या है? सो दे कैन डेवलप सम गुड थिंग. ओके, इसी वजह से उसका ट्विनिंग देखने से, सो लाइक यू कैन से इट इज अ सिंपल ट्विनिंग होगा. इट मींस व्हाट? दैट ग्रोथ इज वेरी वेरी सिंपल, when no harm, nothing is there. Okay, so that is the thing. So you can see, you can expect this orthoclase feldspar and all in the granitites में very commonly. Okay, Pluton तो आराम से, so Pluton को तो आप लोग you will be knowing that it is a slow cooling, whereas your pegmatites देखने से it is a rapid cooling with a good space out, we can see that one. So there तो the chances for your microcline is more. Again you can say microcline का किधर आप लोग expect कर सकेंगे, मतलब you can expect the same microcline in the, we can say as a perthites, in the form of perthites in the charnacates में. Again charnacates we can say it is a rapid one and the symmetry तो उधर मिलने के लिए chances ही नहीं है. That you can apply here. Am I right or wrong, ma? Is it okay? My logic is correct or not, ma? No, ma. It is not a strain, ma. Strain, no need to get any confusion. Strain मतलब it will go for the deformation. ठीक है? Strain मतलब it will go for the deformation. No need to get any confusion. Simple. Remember, आप लोग remember कर दीजिए. So symmetry is actually having a certain roles, especially for this twinning and all. So that is why I said we have to read at least many books. So I can recommend many books if you want. Means I can recommend. परमानंद सर का भी मैं share कर देंगे. आप लोगों को वो किताब में just you can read. So D. Rovi Sussman का फेल्सपर का काली फेल्सपर के लिए एक किताब है. Okay, उसी से हम लोग पढ़ के हम लोग बोल रहे हैं. I don't know about this Ratleys and all. So you can read about this books on this ये वाला. ठीक है? Paramanand?
Yes, sir.
Shall I proceed or he is not?
Sir, continue.
Okay. So that is the thing, ma. See, whenever we are going for any studies now, okay, first thing we should know we should know the diagnostic properties as well as the conformative properties for the minerals. So without knowing the mineral, it is difficult to know the rock name. So it is very difficult to know the rock name. Okay, rock name चाहिए तो हम लोग को क्या चाहिए? Mineral.
Share the PPT.
Okay. So हम लोग को rock name चाहिए तो हम लोग का अभी okay ना?
Yes, sir.
So हम लोग को rock name चाहिए तो we need what we need to means like we can say all we should know what is that mineral. We have to confirm that one. Okay. So like we can say doctor to say everyone can say that that is what is that fever. Okay. But fever to many types of viral fever hoga, typhoid fever hoga, malarial fever hoga. But only the doctor can say that okay, this may be a viral fever, it may be this based on the symptoms. Okay, उधर वो कैसे confirm कर रहे हैं? Based on some test. Same way, even minerals का भी कुछ confirmative test होगा. Physically as well as optically, we can confirm certain based on the properties. We can confirm that. So unless we confirm the mineral name, we can't able to confirm the rock names भी. Okay, rock name भी हम लोग confirm नहीं कर पाएगा without those things. Okay, so that is the thing. So that is what actually we can say that many people we can say they studied about this one. So for understanding the petrology, we need that what is that one? Crystallography ma. We need the basic knowledge of crystallography. So हम लोग किसके लिए crystallography चाहिए? मतलब because ये crystallography हम लोग use करेंगे किधर? हम लोग mineralogy में, especially in the optical part में हम लोग use करते हैं इसका. ठीक है? Because इसका orientations ये लोग भी पता चलेगा I mean कौन सा I mean ये वाला orientation it will control the optical properties और ये crystal system और ये forms ये लोग control करेगा optical properties especially for example बोलने से हम लोग like your isometric minerals will be having the velocity in all directions. Okay, so isometric system means what? Iso means it is the same, metric means it is a length, iso means it is the same, metric means it is a length, we can say. Okay, so isometric, so length same मतलब all direction में आप लोग velocity भी travel करेगा, same velocity में आप लोग का travel करेगा. सेम वेलोसिटी में ट्रैवल करेगा मतलब क्या है? So it is not going to have any wavelength difference. Wavelength difference नहीं है मतलब आपका कुछ भी नहीं देखेगा. It is like looking like a dark, we can say. So dark means what? Your wavelength is equal in all directions. That is the thing. इसलिए isometric है. Cubic system metals are isotropic under the we can say under the optical में we can say that. Okay. The same way like each thing it is having some certain things. Crystallographic orientation and the crystallographic properties they are having a control over the optical properties हम लोग बोल सकेगा. Okay, next one is what? हमारा geochemistry. Even geochemistry हम लोग का पता चलना है. Without geochemistry we can't able to understand the mineralogy as well as the petrology, especially the physical and the optical property. Say for example हम लोग को पता है quartz तो it is a colorless. Okay, generally the ideal quartz, the stoichiometrically means what? SiO2, pure SiO2 means what? It is a colorless one. So कब हम लोग का quartz का color हो जाएगा? Like we can say smoky quartz means what? Stoichiometrically it was not ideal. Stoichiometrically it was contaminated with some impurity. It means what we know that when crystal defects हम लोग पढ़ लिया था. I mean like school days में भी हम लोग पढ़ लिया crystal defects से. ठीक है? Like we can say when something is actually coming in the interstices or in the lattices. So what will happen means it will affect physically as well as optically. Okay, इसी वजह से हम लोग का quartz में carbon dioxide घुसेंगे तो carbon dioxide घुसेंगे तो so we can expect our quartz will be in the form of smoky one. Suppose for example same वो quartz में iron content आएंगे तो it will come like a ferruginous का होगा, वो भी possibilities है. Sometimes chromium आएंगे तो वो chrome color होगा, boron आएगा तो वो rose color quartz होगा. Okay, so like that we can say each element whenever they are coming in a trace as an impurity in the form like we can say in the place where interstices at the interstices or at the lattice points, definitely we can get say it will get affected it will affect the physical as well as the optical property हम बोल सकेंगे. ठीक है, so that's why we should know that one. Okay, and one more thing आप लोग पूछ सकेगा, so quartz में तो cleavage ही नहीं है और quartz में तो fracture भी नहीं है, quartz में तो conchoidal fracture है और quartz is the highly resistant वाला है, वो quartz तो break ही होता है. So कैसे वो लोग घुसेगा? Okay, how this quartz का अंदर में carbon dioxide घुसेगा? So that one तो immediately the question should come. Okay, so now अभी बोलेंगे हम. So आप लोग का दो वाला thinkers होगा, ठीक है, दो वाला thinkers होगा आप लोग देखने से psychologically. In this world only two kinds of people will be there. One is what vertical thinkers है, second वाला that what is that one? It is a lateral thinkers है. So vertical thinkers means what ma? It is what the people suppose teacher बोलने से yes, ये बोलने से ये बोलेगा, B बोलने से B बोलेगा, C बोलने से C बोलेगा. Okay, वो वाला बोलेंगे हम लोग क्या है? Vertical thinkers है, ठीक है. Lateral thinkers मतलब क्या है? क्यों ये बोला, क्यों B बोला? वही we have to write like this. So like a question पूछ से like they will be keep on asking themselves and they will be keep on asking actually further for enriching their knowledge. So that people we will call it as a vertical thinkers. It means they will be asking why, what, how, like that they will be keep on asking. Only the vertical people, vertical thinkers, they will enrich actually. Okay, so vertical thinking develop करने के लिए, so those who are vertical thinkers definitely they will become extraordinary persons in their life. ठीक है, so हम लोग vertical thinker होना चाहिए तो we have to practice ourselves and we have to keep on asking ourselves as well as others for enriching ourselves. Okay, not to trouble others, to enrich our knowledge enrich करने के लिए we have to put that questions actually we can say. Okay, so questions कुछ लोग तो question आ जाएगा, कुछ लोग तो question नहीं आएगा. So question नहीं आएगा मतलब क्या है माँ? Either we are not understanding that one or we are not we can say we are not reading further actually. So unless we read further, the questions doubts will not come at all. Okay, so that is the thing actually possibilities होगा. So कब हम लोग का question in questions we will not ask means either when we are not listening or when we are not understanding. So दोनों चीज में or when we are not reading further, so that time में हम लोग का doubt ही नहीं आएगा और सवाल भी हम लोग नहीं पूछेंगे. ठीक है, so that is the thing. So this one geochemistry it is more important. See, without having the basics of this geochemistry, it is very difficult to understand the physical as well as the optical property. Okay, so we should have the basic understanding about this geochemistry. So geochemistry is a basic for everything we can say. Okay, So that is the thing we can say. Okay, the next metrology में देखने से, that is also an important prerequisite for understanding the metrology. So without this physical properties, knowing the physical properties, without having the knowledge about how to identify or how to, I mean, we can say pinpoint that mineral, finding that mineral, it is of no use at all. Okay, so that is we have to practice actually by seeing the hand specimens. We have to physically see what is been the specific gravity, what is that hardness, so what is that fracture. Okay, what is that? We can say that cleavage. What is that cleavage? How it is looking? What is the color? What is the streak? Unless we feel physically, it is of no use at all. So that is the thing we should know. So okay, so you can see that mineralogy and optical. Maybe wrote one more point is what is that practice. So without the practice, we can't become any masters at all. And you will be knowing about a 10,000 hours rule. So 10,000 hours rules means what? See, it is not that once you complete MSc means you will become master. It is not that one. See, unless you practice continuously, okay, unless you practice continuously for 10,000 hours, okay, if any skill if you want to acquire, you have to practice for 10,000 hours. So now you can see one day में कितना hours डालने से मैं कितना साल में वो master हो जाएगा. So that is the meaning. Okay, it is not your MSc completion मतलब you can become a masters in geology or masters in applied geology or masters in geophysics. Okay, you have to like hone your skill by practicing that for at least 10,000 hours to become a good master. Okay, master means what? Expert, stalwart, okay, specialist like that बोलने के लिए हम लोग master होना चाहिए तो we have to practice for at least 10,000 hours. ठीक है, मैं पेट्रोलॉजी में practice करना, मैं पेट्रोलॉजी में specialist होना है, मैं expert होना है, मतलब we have to practice, we have to keep on practicing for more than 10,000 hours. Then only we will become at least a good master in that one. I mean, good expert in that category. Okay. So next more, what are the components means we know that one, it is a rocks and minerals. We have to keep on practicing that one, and we have to practice for identifying the mineral by physically, chemically and optically. Okay, and we have to do the petrography studies. Petrography means matlab we have to distinguish actually, how do we distinguish like optically under, I mean optically by between your biotite and 100 में कैसे distinguish करेंगे, मस्कोइट का और biotite का optically कैसे distinguish करेंगे, ठीक है, कार्डियरेट और nepheline का कैसे distinguish करेंगे. So like that you should know. So what are the confirming properties, what are the distinguishing properties, how to name the rock. Okay, so here by practicing only we will become a good master. So once you know the mineral name, definitely we can identify. I mean, mineral name is how we will know means by knowing the physical property, optical property, we can identify the mineral. Once you know the mineral name means definitely we can identify the rock name. Because okay, like we can say norite means we know that one, the norite should have the orthopyroxene and the plagioclase feldspar. So for that one we should know how the orthopyroxene will be looking. Orthopyroxene means we know that one, like optically the orthopyroxene will be having a straight extinction and it will be having the like a strong pleochroism, that is pink pleochroism will be there. So like that these are the properties, optical properties. Okay, so like a plagioclase feldspar means what, it will be having the lamellar twinning. So like that. So once you identify optically, so once you know the mineral, so we can say okay, combination of this coarse grained mafic rock which is having a rhinopyroxene and orthopyroxene and plagioclase feldspar, it is nothing but a norite rock, norite gabbro, like that I'm bold. Okay, so once we know the physical and optical properties of the particular minerals, we can identify the mineral name. Once we know the mineral name, definitely we can say that we can find out the rock name. So once we identify the rock name means definitely we can understand the petrogenesis. I mean, rock कैसे form हुआ, कौन सा condition में form हुआ, so textures वो वगैरह पूरा compare करके finally we will derive how this rock has been formed. I mean, what was the genesis of this norite gabbro, whether this norite belongs to ovale belt, whether this norite belongs to, we can say, layered ultramafic complex, whether this is belong to like igneous complex or any traps. So everything how we can understand this by doing the petrogenesis. Okay, so that is the thing. So unless we practice these things and all, so our grassroots is what, first we should know the physical and optical properties of the each mineral. So once we know the physical and optical mineral, we can identify the mineral. Once you identify the mineral, we can identify the rock. Once we identify the rock means through petrography, definitely we can understand the petrogenesis. Then petrogenesis means nothing but now it is equal to your ore genesis if it is hosting any ore mineral. That is the thing. Okay, so this is the simple thing, we should know that one. Like this is the fundamental. BSc is the right age. BSc or MSc, this is the age we have to brush all our basics. I mean, knowledge base तो हम लोग strengthen करना है. So strengthen करने से definitely we will become a good petrologist. So आप लोग को पता है like petrology का scopes क्या मतलब, you can classify the rocks. So हम लोग किसके लिए rocks का classify करना है मतलब, so आप लोग ग्रेनाइट बोलने से सब लोग बोलेंगे ग्रेनाइट है, लेकिन when pour of granite, porphyry granites, they will not give you the porphyry deposits. Say for example, porphyry deposits लेने के लिए हम लोग सोचने से, so not all the porphyry granites will give you the like a porphyry copper or a porphyry molybdenum or a porphyry tin, okay, or porphyry tungsten. So we can expect this porphyry type deposits only in a certain type of granites. Granite में देखने से हम लोग का है टोनालाइट है, ट्रोंजामाइट है, ग्रानोडायरेट है, अल्कली फेस्पर ग्रेनाइट है, मॉन्सोसाइनेट है, साइनोग्रेनाइट है, मॉन्सोग्रेनाइट है, लाइक दैट we are having at least more than 8 types of ग्रेनाइट्स है, ठीक है. उसमें कौन सा ग्रेनाइट में हम लोग का कौन सा वाला porphyry में हम लोग का आ जाएगा, तो दैट इज द थिंग. सो ये क्लासिफिकेशन हम लोग का दे देगा, ठीक है, ये इतना प्रोपोर्शन से सो यही रॉक होगा. तो हम लोग वो मॉडल एनालिसिस करके आई मीन वॉल्यूम परसेंटेज कैलकुलेट करके हम लोग का एक नाम हम लोग डिराइव करेंगे, आई मीन नाम हम लोग फाइंड आउट करेंगे. वो नाम वजह से हम लोग यस ये वाला रॉक आएगा तो आई मीन ग्रानोडायरेट है तो हम लोग को ये नहीं मिलेगा, लेकिन मॉन्सोसाइनेट है, साइनोग्रेनाइट है तो यस हम लोग porphyry टाइप डिपॉजिट से एक्सपेक्ट कर सकेंगे, लाइक दैट हम बोल सकेंगे. ये वाला चीज के लिए क्लासिफिकेशन इंपॉर्टेंट है, जरूरी है, इसमें पेट्रोलॉजी इंपॉर्टेंट रोल है. सेकंड वाला क्या है, जियोलॉजिकल मैपिंग. जियोलॉजिकल मैपिंग का क्या है, मतलब क्या है, इट इज नथिंग बट इट इज गोइंग टू शो यू डिफरेंट रॉक टेक्सचर, ठीक है. उसके लिए तो अगेन हम लोग का पेट्रोलॉजी है. विदाउट नोइंग पेट्रोलॉजी वी कांट एबल टू नेम द रॉक. जियोलॉजिकल मैपिंग में तो इट विल बी शोइंग यू द डिफरेंट लिथोलॉजीज. वो लिथोलॉजीज बाउंड्रीज कैसे हम लोग मार्क करते हैं, unless we know the petrology, unless we know the metallurgy, we can't able to get this one. So that is why geological mapping में भी petrology का बहुत रोल है. और mineral exploration, आप लोग को पता है your minerals are not coming like a mineral, okay, they used to hosted by rock, okay, all rocks are not going to have all minerals. Say for example हम लोग का डायमंड मतलब हम लोग ढूंढते हैं किम्बरलाइट के लिए ढूंढते हैं, हम लोग डायमंड का ग्रेनाइट में नहीं ढूंढते हैं, isn't it? So unless we know what is kimberlite, what is lamproite, we can't able to explore for the diamond exploration. हम लोग कर नहीं पाएगा, ठीक है. So like that many things we can say. So same way PG deposits हम लोग ग्रेनाइट में नहीं ढूंढते, PG deposits हम लोग बेसाल्ट में नहीं ढूंढते, PG deposits किधर ढूंढते हैं, अल्ट्रामैफिक सोर्स में, लाइक पेरिडोलाइट्स से पायरैक्सिनेट्स में हम लोग ढूंढते हैं. तो इसीलिए मिनरल एक्सप्लोरेशन के लिए हम लोग के क्या चाहिए, अगेन पेट्रोलॉजी चाहिए. आई मीन रॉक का नेम पता चलना है. So without knowing the rock name, it is very difficult to do any mineral exploration at all. Okay. Then petrophysics देखने से, petrophysics means what ma? So the changes in the permeability and porosity in the rock. It is not porosity permeability is not the sedimentary का. Even igneous rock में भी porosity permeability होगा. So कैसे हम लोग बोल रहे हैं, porphyritic granitites में so कैसे hydrothermal fluids वो I mean overforming fluids का scavenge करके disperse कर रहे हैं, ऐसे sulfates का ऐसे कैसे disperse कर रहे हैं. So it is because of the pores present in the rock. Okay, permeability, which are having the permeability. So through that pores में ये लोग overforming fluids pass करते हैं and they will get disseminated in the rock. देखिए वही उसके लिए petrophysics important है. Again इधर petrology का role important है. Again finally petrogenesis के लिए ये petrology most important. So these are the things. So you know that one, why we should name the rock, why we should bother about the chemistry of the rock, why should we know about the genesis of the rock means because without these things we can't able to define any mineral deposit at all. ठीक है. So unless genesis हम लोग के किसके लिए चाहिए, ठीक है, मॉल तो मिल गया हम लोग का क्यों genesis के बारे में भी बात करने. So without knowing the genesis we can't able to go deeper, we can't able to extend our minds. So minds के लिए तो हम लोग को क्या देना चाहिए, कितना टन्स होगा और कितना लाइफ होगा ये माइंस का, ठीक है. वो माइंस का लाइफ बोलने के लिए क्या चाहिए, जेनेसिस चाहिए. जेनेसिस की वजह से हम लोग क्या निकल सकेगा, ठीक है, निकल सकेगा लाइक हाउ डीप इज आवर डिपॉजिट, हाउ डीप इज आवर डिपॉजिट. ओके. सो वेदर ये साउथ में जाएगा और ईस्ट में जाएगा, ये पूरा किसी वजह से हम लोग को मिल जाएगा, मतलब सो मैपिंग वजह से. मैपिंग मतलब क्या है, मैपिंग ऑफ योर रॉक्स. सो रॉक मतलब ये है पेट्रोलॉजी. सो पेट्रोलॉजी मतलब इट इज लाइक एग्रीगेट्स ऑफ मिनरल्स, स्टडी ऑफ रॉक्स. ओके. सो रॉक्स स्टडी करने के लिए हम लोग का मिनरोलॉजी का आइडिया चाहिए. मिनरोलॉजी चाहिए तो यू हैव टू प्रैक्टिस ऑप्टिकली एंड फिजिकली विद द सैंपल्स, ठीक है. So that is the thing actually ma. So this is where only petrology helps in the geological mapping, like a what process, like a magmatic process or hydrothermal process or metamorphic process. वो रॉक का बन रहा है कौन सा वाला, वो भी हम लोग पता चलेगा वो एक पत्थर का देख के, बेसिकली एज वेल एज ऑप्टिकली हमको एक पत्थर देख के हम लोग को बोल सकेगा, ठीक है. So like how ore deposits are formed, like we can say crystallization वजह से और मेटामॉर्फिज्म वजह से और सेडिमेंटरी सुपरजेंट वजह से वो डिपॉजिट फॉर्म हो रहे हैं, वो भी हम लोग पत्थर का देख के, सो हम लोग होस्ट रॉक देख के हम लोग बोल सकेंगे, ठीक है. और हम लोग का हाइड्रोथर्मल अल्टरेशन भी हम लोग अंडरस्टैंड कर सकेगा बाय स्टडीइंग द पेट्रोलॉजी में, ठीक है. सेम वे पेट्रोलॉजी तो हम लोग का पता है. सो हाउ वी आर यूजिंग दिस एज अ टूल इन जियोलॉजिकल मैपिंग एंड ये वाला में यूज कर रहे हैं, ठीक है. सो सेम वे पेट्रोलॉजी it is also revealing about the later overprinting. वो deposits तो कुछ तो I mean दो stages में तीन stages में ऐसा होगा. So वो conditions में हम लोग निकल सकेंगे ये पेट्रोलॉजी वजह से. ओके पेट्रोलॉजी पढ़ने से हम लोग क्या क्या हुआ ये रॉक के लिए. ठीक है अभी हम लोग का पता है like what we say manganese deposits in the like eastern ghats में manganese deposits है. ठीक है ये manganese deposits how they formed, whether it is formed as a result of oxidation कैसे हम लोग को पता चलेगा unless we do the petrography, how they came to know. So without doing the petrography, we can't able to say about this is oxidation का ये तो supergene का ये तो leach हुआ ये तो weather हुआ ये तो like that कैसे हम लोग बोल सकेंगे मतलब only through the petrography condition में हम लोग ये तो बोल सकेंगे. Okay, so that's why my geological maps they used to I mean represent the complex or melding of both the data as well as the interpretation. Data मतलब क्या है petrography का data and we are going to interpret to get the in petrogenetic aspects है. ठीक है so ये लोग पूरा 3 dimension का rock bodies का mean and structures का mean they will portray and over a length of time. Okay, and these things these maps will give the ability to predict what geology occurs at the depth. I mean 3rd dimension भी वो तो देते हैं which is the key for exploration. इसी वजह से हम लोग ये पूरा पढ़ रहे हैं. And always remember माँ कोई चीज आप लोग पढ़ रहे हैं little learning is always a dangerous thing. हम लोग का कुछ चीज हमें लाइक इफ यू सी गलती से लर्न करने से भी हम लोग का ट्रबल में डाल देगा. वॉट एवर दैट वन इवन डॉक्टर सपोज हम लोग का अच्छे से नहीं पढ़ेंगे तो क्या होगा वो ट्रीटमेंट गलती से देगा और पेशेंट का गड़बड़ हो जाएगा. सेम वे इवन रॉक्स का भी रॉक्स का हम ठीक से नहीं पढ़ने से मिनरल का ठीक से आइडेंटिफाई नहीं किएंगे थे रॉक का नेम ठीक से नहीं दिएंगे तो क्या होगा ये इधर हम लोग मिनरलाइजेशन मिस भी कर सकेगा और मिनरलाइजेशन गलती से भी बोल सकेगा. तो ये दोनों चीज होने के लिए चांसेस है. So that's why little learning is always a dangerous thing. ये लोग आप याद रखना चाहिए. ठीक है so I used to say always my geology तो अच्छा वाला subject है. ठीक है so always and always try to enjoy this subject. So do wonders with your penetrative eyes and lateral thinking, not vertical thinking. आप लोग lateral thinking के लिए कोशिश करना है. Thank you ma'am.
इसको क्वेश्चन पूछना है.
महेश्वर आई कैन गिव यू दिस आप लोग का चाहिए तो एक दिन हम लोग सिमेट्री के और एक इसका बारे में हम लोग डिस्कस करेंगे. थैंक यू फॉर दिस. आई विल मेक यू क्लैरिटी मोर ऑन दिस वन because this was my understanding since my BSc I was having this one.
Sir, Alok is
yeah yes but definitely trace elements will affect the optical property. I will say how I will say. आप लोग ऑप्टिकल मिनरलॉजी का कुछ किताब आप लोग देखा है क्या ऑप्टिकल मिनरलॉजी का. सो आप लोग देखने से यू कैन सी दैट वन 2V एंगल और बाई रेफरेंस का चार्ट आप लोग देखा होगा FE एंड MG एंड नंबर्स का. सी MG होने से MG ज्यादा होने से कुछ प्रॉपर्टी चेंज होगा और FE होने से कुछ प्रॉपर्टी चेंज होगा. सो ये वाला पूरा आप लोग देखने से दैट इज द थिंग यू कैन सी. So your FE and MG content itself they are changing the 2V that is a bi reference that is nothing but a refractive index ka or we can say color ka change हो रहे हैं. So definitely it will affect trace elements to affect करते हैं. Even physical properties also they will affect. Physical as well as optically they will affect that. अभी one more thing spally rate का आप लोग देखने से spally rate generally under the reflected light they used to give you the gray color. Okay, so spally rate का composition सभी लोग पूछने से क्या बोलेगा आप लोग because हम लोग पढ़ रहे हैं किसी से रटलिस इज नॉट द बुक. ठीक है रटलिस स्कूल के लिए अच्छा है. ठीक है स्कूल के लिए नॉट BSc के लिए. आप लोग प्रोफेशनल जियोलॉजिस्ट होने चाहिए तो यू हैव टू फॉलो डेक्स्टर परकिंस. यू हैव टू स्टार्ट विद डेक्स्टर परकिंस एंड यू हैव टू नेक्स्ट गो विद डी रोविस उस्मान का ऐसा वाला किताब पढ़ना है. स्पैली रेट का कंपोजिशन आप लोग का पता है क्या. इट इज नथिंग बट FE, ZNS. ओके इट इज नॉट द प्योर ZNS. हम लोग का कभी भी नेचुरल सैंपल में हम लोग का कभी भी ZNS नहीं मिलेगा. उसमें तो कुछ ना कुछ हम लोग का आयन का इंप्योरिटीज होगा. इसका मतलब क्या है इट इज FE, ZN. वो बोलोगे लाइक FE 0.1 होगा और ZN 0.9 होगा उसके बाद S होगा. ओके सो दैट इज द थिंग. इसमें तो FE आने के टाइम FE ज्यादा हो रहे तो क्या होगा आपका स्पैली रेट ग्रे कलर होगा रिफ्लेक्टेड लाइट में. सो FE कंटेंट ज्यादा होने से क्या हो जाएगा मतलब ये हो जाएगा ओपेक हो जाएगा. it will become isometric. Isotropic हो जाएगा. डार्क हो जाएगा. So even this also we can say the trace elements also can affect the optical properties का होगा. ठीक है नहीं मैं तो पीडीएफ कुछ नहीं मैं बात कर रहे
सर
हैं
पीडीएफ नहीं दिखा रहे हैं, सिर्फ क्वेश्चन आंसर दे।
trace elements definitely it will affect the optical properties ma. We can take you can take the example of amphibole minerals का birefringence affect करते हैं ओके और mica minerals में भी affect करते हैं ठीक है quartz में भी affect करते हैं हम लोग देखेंगे ठीक है so many things we can say ma. Any questions ma? Okay ma, xenolith आपका आंसर आ गया. Xeno means what ma? It is a foreign thing. Okay, xeno means what? It is a foreign. Okay, it is a foreign thing we can say. So xenolith means it is a lithic fragment. MME means it will be having the digestive margin. Okay, digestive margin will be there. MME के लिए तो आप लोग देखने से the margin is not that much sharp actually. Okay, not that much sharp you can say. Okay, one thing. That another thing. आपका MME में और एक word भी hidden है. What is that means? It is a micro. Okay, micro. Mafic micro enclaves. Okay, mafic micro enclaves. Mafic microgranular enclaves. So microgranular means what? उसका grain size भी reduce होगा. ठीक है, उसका grain size भी reduce होगा इसमें. ठीक है, वो वाला field का है. ठीक है. Xenolith मतलब which is what? And MME में आपका composition होगा mostly mafic होगा और intermediate होगा. Maximum you can expect intermediate. Felsic का तो नहीं होगा. ठीक है. Xenolith मतलब क्या है? आपका felsic का भी xenolith मिलेगा. For example, kimberlite में आप लोग देखने से you will be getting the granite का xenolith मिलेगा. ठीक है. Carbonated intrusion में देखने से suppose if that carbonated is intruding along this one means we will be getting the xenolith of even the granite का xenolith मिल जाएगा. Kimberlite में आप लोग का peridotite का xenolith मिलेगा. Like eclocate का xenolith मिलेगा. So xenolith means it is a rock fragment. You can expect of any composition. Okay, composition भी अलग है और उसका grain size same होगा. Grain size तो coarse मतलब coarse ही होगा. Okay, whereas MME में तो ऐसा वाला नहीं मिलेगा आपका. ठीक है, MME में तो इसका microgranular. It means what a medium grain, at least medium grain. Maximum you can expect only the medium grain. ठीक है, coarse grain बिल्कुल नहीं मिलेगा. इसलिए उसको बोलते हैं mafic microgranular enclave. उसका बोलते हैं MME का. Okay, I can share the photos ma with Param.
Yes sir.
So you can share. Later. Okay. So आप लोग का सत्य सर के साथ बात कर लीजिए उसके बाद हम लोग एक डेट फिक्स करेंगे परमानंद सर और सत्य सर के साथ बात करके हम लोग फिक्स करेंगे. We will keep on interacting. ठीक है, हम लोग का अभी एक डिसीज है इंडिया पूरा है क्या मतलब हम लोग का मिनरल नाम भी पता नहीं चल रहे और रॉक में भी पता नहीं चल रहे इसलिए हम लोग का एक बीमार भी पता नहीं चल रहे. बीमार मतलब क्या है मां? तो बीमार मींस रॉक का बीमार होने से हम लोग को मिनरलाइजेशन मिलेगा. ठीक है, तो वो बीमार आइडेंटिफाई करने के लिए हम लोग का पता नहीं चल रहा है क्योंकि बिकॉज वी डोंट नो टू आइडेंटिफाई द मिनरल एंड वी डोंट नो टू आइडेंटिफाई द रॉक नेम. सिर्फ इसी वजह से हम लोग का लाइक यू कैन से वी कुडंट एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड एनीथिंग. He couldn't able to understand anything actually. Okay, उसके लिए हम लोग को तो रीडिंग चाहिए और कॉम्प्रिहेंशन चाहिए, so कंसिस्टेंसी होना चाहिए. ठीक है, थैंक यू माँ. If there is no questions, we can
Yes sir.
the session माँ.
Thank you very much sir.
Thank you Param and thank you Satya माँ.
Okay sir.
Okay, bye.